Hey guys, Tommaso Studios back again. It's Alex.
And it's me, Noah.
And we are back again with some ROH, I guess we'll call them show reviews since they don't do pay-per-views anymore.
Right.
It's confusing as hell. With Final Battle 2013, the last show of 2013 from ROH. And not a bad show to end the year out. It's certainly better than I think people expected it to be.
Yeah, I think on paper that there wasn't a lot to look forward to going in.
Yeah.
There was some good stuff, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Alright, well let's start things off with Adam Page taking on Matt Hardy. This wasn't a bad match, it was just a very basic, okay match, you know?
Yeah, it was one of those things that it was very slow paced, and you know that Hardy's going to control it, he's the veteran.
Yeah.
Page still hasn't really broken out or done anything memorable in ROH, so it was as much as you could possibly expect, I suppose.
He does a nice shooting star off the apron though, which is pretty cool.
That I will give him.
Yeah. Very, very basic match. Really nothing to sink your teeth into, but I think we both said that Adam Page has potential, but he just needs some more work.
Yep. He needs to be in there with a real ring general.
Yeah.
Even a tag team might help him out.
I agree. Alright, I get the 2.5.
2 1/4.
Okay. Next up we had the strap match between Silas Young and Mark Briscoe. A lot of people weren't looking forward to this because strap matches, you know, which I can agree with them. But I thought this worked actually really well because Silas is just such an old school heel and Mark is a classic babyface, that I think they actually made it work pretty well, and they did some cool stuff with the strap here and there. Only real problem I had with this match was the finish and just how short it was.
Yeah.
Finish was very gimmicky.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all either. But the thing is, going into this match, strap matches aren't really like a seller for me.
No.
Very rarely am I like, oh, I got to see the strap match. So I wasn't too excited about it. But it turned out to be, like you said, a very good old school match. It was fun. Silas, he just looked great this year.
He is so underrated. Like, he needs to be pushed more in ROH. He is so good.
Great with that, and he shined here. And Mark looked really good, but like you said, the finish, stupid.
Very, very 80s.
Yeah,
you know,
big time.
And also, personally, if you're gonna do a strap match, just have it be them tied to a strap and just a regular one-on-one match.
Yeah, pins and submissions.
Yeah, let them choke each other with the strap or whatever. That's cool.
That's fine.
But next up we had I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I think we like this match more than anyone actually.
That's fine.
Which is fine. We're Silas Young fans.
Yeah.
Next up we had Adrenaline West taking on the Young Bucks. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, this was
very super fun. The Young Bucks once again got the big ovation from this crowd, and this match was really, really good. Only thing I will say though is, like, first of all, ACH and the Bucks, they're born to work together.
Oh yeah.
I mean, ACH with the Bucks is just like it's like peanut butter and jelly. It goes together, man.
Man, it's just perfect.
It's awesome. Tadarius Thomas, he was basically just like a filler. Like he could have been any other Joe somebody.
You could have thrown anybody in.
Yeah, and because he didn't really add anything to this match.
But to his credit, he didn't really take away.
No, like some people say like, oh, he held his match back. I'm like, not really.
I didn't feel that.
He just didn't add anything to the match.
Yes, exactly.
You know, he was basically the guy who was the babyface in Peril, and ACH did the cool spots, including one where he did ACH as a suicide dive and gets caught with a double super kick to the face.
That was crazy.
We had to rewind it and we're like, did we just see what we think we saw? Like, it was insane.
The bump. That's a bump. How do you? That's daring. Yeah. No one's gonna catch you.
This match was really, really fun. It was super fun. This was exactly what the Bucks are going to be doing. Like, they're just going to come in and they're going to steal the shows.
Yeah, and this was a lot of fun. And Tadarius, like we said, he didn't hold it back too much. I still feel like he needs to add a little bit more moves to his offense. Yeah. But again, it didn't take away from it that much. And the Bucks proved yet again why they are the best tag team in the world, because they can work with anybody and make anybody look good.
They sell houses, man.
That's right. That's right. Super Kick Party, baby.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go ahead and give this 3 3/4.
3 3/4 as well, man. Like, very close to a 4-star match. Like, awesome. POG booked the Bucks versus ACH in some partner, like AR Fox. Yeah. That'd be cool. Next up, we had the stretch match between Michael Bennett and Kevin Steen. This is another match that people were not looking forward to, mainly because they don't like Michael Bennett and stretch matches, you know. But my justification was, it's Kevin Steen in the Hammer Steen ballroom. It's going to be good.
Right.
And to its credit, it was pretty damn good. Okay, the only problem I had with this match is the stipulation, because the stipulation was in effect for like 5 minutes, and then he said, "Fuck that! I'm just gonna beat the hell out of you."
Right. And the funny thing was, watching this, you wonder if it was booked that way, or if Steen was like, fuck this stretcher, just throw it out. Now, if that's the case, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I just felt like the whole stretcher thing, it didn't work. If you're gonna have a stretcher, you get one with fucking wheels. Don't get your goddamn. We're not watching MASH.
Yeah. Yeah. Although Kevin Steen had said it where it costs a lot of money to get a good stretcher.
I'm sure it does.
But that being said, they did some cool spots, man. I really enjoyed this. Michael Bennett, man, he took a beating, man. He proved to be.
Yeah, he's bumped.
This was a trial by fire for him, I think.
Yeah. And he's still he'll never be main event guy in ROH. Yeah. I don't think he ever will be.
No.
But I do believe he has a place, and this is coming from a guy who I hated him.
I know you.
I couldn't stand him, but I think he's got a place, and I think that if he gets a little bit more of a direction in the next coming year, it'll be good for him. He's a lower mid card guy, but he could definitely feud.
Yeah, I think so. Some crazy spots include a brainbuster on a chair, a sitting chair that was nasty, and package pile drivers everywhere. I mean, man, he took a beating. And in the end, the referee just called for the bell and ended the match, which I think they just should have made it a fight without honor. That would have been a lot better, I think.
Yeah, or a last man standing. Maybe. But I don't like 10 count.
Yeah, fight without honor would have been better. But the best part of this came at the end where Maria finally got package pile driver. That was awesome. And kudos to her for taking that spot.
No kidding. That's daring.
Yeah, that's ballsy. So I give this 3.5. I really, really like this match.
I give it 3.5 also.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good match.
Okay, we had an intermission. We came back with, I believe, I don't know which was first. I think, was the tag team title match or the television title match next? I think the television title match was.
I think you're right, yeah.
No, I think the tag team match was next. Yeah, I think it was. Whatever, we'll talk about that match first. And if I'm wrong, we'll fix it, in the
No,
ratings.
we won't.
In the rating.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had the ROH World Tag Team titles in line between the champions reDRagon, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly, taking on Outlaw Inc, Eddie Kingston, and Homicide. Boy,
this match sucked.
This was bad.
I mean, it looked like these guys didn't have a clue what to do with each other.
Yeah. Eddie Kingston is a really, really good heel. His AAW stuff is still really good right now. I don't know what the fuck happened to him here. He had no goddamn clue what he's doing out there. And Homicide, one of the greatest ROH guys of all time, looked like he was fucking drunk.
I think it's time for Homicide to be done.
Yeah, Homicide.
It's time.
Well, he was supposed to retire, but you know how that is in wrestling.
I mean, these guys just, and we're talking about two of the best athletes in the world in Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish.
Absolutely.
And this match just had no flow. The psychology was just terrible. In and out of the ring, it didn't make any sense.
Guys looked like they didn't know what they were doing. They
didn't know where their place is.
Yeah, it was just clunky as hell.
Really bad.
Finish was very stupid too. The referee was distracted, and then Bobby O'Reilly. God damn, man. Bobby Fish used the chair on Kingston to get the win, and it was just so stupid. This whole match was bad.
Yeah.
I give this a star. The only great part about this match was Karina on commentary. It just making fun of Homicide and Kingston.
That was funny.
That was.
I went with a star and a quarter.
Okay.
I was thinking about star and a half, but that's definitely generous. I don't know.
Maybe it was a star and a quarter. I don't know. This was so bad. And then afterwards, Kingston and Homicide start throwing shit around, going to the crowd. I don't know if that was a shoot or not. If it was, wouldn't be surprised. But
yeah, because they turned on the crowd, which was weird because I thought they were already heels. I didn't understand.
Well, they're sort of babies, but Homicide giving a calculator to the one security guy, nearly killing the dude.
Yeah, that looked fucked up.
Jesus, man,
that was too much.
Scary shit, man.
And then, I mean, this doesn't relate to the show. Well, we can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, AJ's being brought into ROH, and Kingston got on Twitter and said something about, you can pay AJ, but you can't pay Outlaw Inc. So I don't know if that was a work.
I think it might be a work, but
I really hope they're done.
Yeah,
I'm done with them.
We don't need them.
And I just didn't understand, if they turned heel after the match, what was with breaking people's fingers earlier?
Yeah, exactly. It was really weird. This whole angle wasn't really well thought out.
It just didn't work.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, let's move on to the television match, which I think was next, between Tommaso Ciampa and Matt Taven. Matt Taven defending the title. This was pretty awesome for being a 5-minute match.
Exactly.
This was exactly how it needed to be.
That's what I was going to say. It wasn't a blowaway match. This isn't a match that you went on your way to pay for to see.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what it should have been.
Everyone who watched this was watching the event was like, I want to see Matt Taven get his fucking head kicked in, and him and everyone else did. Good lord. Okay, like let's see here. Airy crashed on the ring barrier. Scarlett took a knee to the face. Truth took a kick or something or whatever. The other Hoopla Hottie took a Project Ciampa. Just fucking chaos.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was nuts.
This was like 5 minutes of us just freaking the fuck out over what they're doing in the ring. Especially
I love this. I love the way that this was booked, because how long has the TV title been on this guy? You know?
He is the longest reigning television champion
right.
in ROH.
So he's held this belt
since March.
Is that when it was? It was March.
Anniversary.
You're right.
You were there.
March. Yeah, I was there. So he's held this belt since March, and it's December.
Yeah.
And Ciampa comes in and basically just stomps him out. So this made Ciampa just look like an absolute animal.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this did too much disservice.
I don't think it did. You know, like the thing is, like with Matt Taven, and like Ciampa was a guy who was in the semifinals of the ROH World Tournament. Like he's you know a monster. He's been up against these huge guys. So
plus, we're talking about a guy that had awesome toe-to-toe matches with the current champion.
Yeah. So I don't think it made Taven look bad. You know, it didn't do him any favors, but it wasn't a burial. It was just him, you know, finally facing a guy who can deal with his shit and, you know, not take his shenanigans.
Exactly. And plus, like we said, he held the belt for so long that he looked like a credible guy.
Yeah.
To an extent, and this was like separating Ciampa from the pack. I thought it was an awesome idea.
It was great. It was awesome. Can't really give it a rating, but if I was, I'd probably give it like a 3 stars if I was going to give it, just because it was exactly what it wanted. It needed.
Right. I mean, as a match, I'd probably give it like 2.5.
Okay. But segment was good.
Enjoying it.
Yeah. Enjoyment
factor. It'd
awesome.
probably be 3.25.
Yeah. Okay, and then we had the tag team match, which was Eddie Edwards' last ROH match, supposedly. We had Roger Strong and Jay Lethal taking on Eddie Edwards and his mystery partner, which turned out to be BJ Whitmer coming back for one last match, which was very surprising and kind of a disappointment, I want to say, just because, you know, it's cool to see BJ have that one last match, although it might not be the last match now, but it was just kind of like, although apparently originally it was supposed to be Chris Hero, but he just couldn't make it to the building in time.
Right. The problem I had was that, well, this match originally was meant to be the American Wolves.
Which would have been awesome.
But Davey, you know, opened his mouth a little bit too much.
Davey.
Yeah, he opened his mouth too much, and him and ROH had a thing. And
we've
anyway, yeah, we've talked about it. We'll probably touch on it again sometime. But
probably.
Anyway, he couldn't be there. So it was Eddie, he needed a partner. Now, I don't have a problem. You put BJ Whitmer in there, I'm great. Yeah. You know, BJ can actually work, he's okay, his health is, that's awesome. But they went to the trouble to say, this is going to be a top-notch guy.
Yeah, that's...
And I know that when they said that, they probably thought, we got Hero, we got him. The problem is, though, it wasn't Hero, it wasn't a top-notch guy, it was BJ Whitmer. Yeah. But hey, I like Whitmer. This was actually a pretty fun match.
This was fun, yeah.
Don't get me wrong here.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I love seeing Eddie and Lethal tied up again because I think they work great together. BJ was pretty well protected. Like you could tell the guy's like kind of taking it easy on the spots with his neck at least, and you know, just playing it safe. But the real story of this match was just Eddie and Roddy getting in there at the end and just throwing everything they had at each other, which was awesome to see.
I'd almost would have rather seen Eddie versus Roddy for Eddie's last match.
That would have been better, I think.
Then you could have still done the same angle.
Whatever, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, this was very fun. Just a very solid tag team match. Nothing blow away, but just everything in the match that was good.
This was definitely a good match. This is nothing to complain about at all.
Exactly. I give it 3.5.
I also gave it 3.5.
All right. But the end of the match came. Eddie does his typical goodbye, says goodbye to Carrie, everything, and then gives BJ a hug, and BJ's like, my career's not over, and like he knees Eddie in the gut, and then out comes Jimmy Jacobs and attacks him, and turns out Roderick Strong, BJ Whitmer, and Jimmy Jacobs are going to form a new stable because they are the guys who've been here for 10 years and they've never gotten the respect. And personally, I'm okay with this. I like this a lot. Because, one, Jimmy Jacobs as a heel is the greatest thing in wrestling. It's awesome. I mean, Jimmy's a heel.
I mean, he's just a natural heel.
He is. He's awesome as a heel.
I love him as a babyface. I think the turn, you could say that it was too quick. Mm-hmm. You can definitely have an argument there.
Yeah, but, we'll wait and see.
But I'm more comfortable with him as a heel.
Yeah, exactly. And Roddy's awesome, and Roddy kind of needs a direction, and BJ, I'm kind of like questioning, maybe BJ will work out.
The thing is, though, like, aside from the Jimmy Jacobs stuff and the CZW stuff, BJ really hasn't had anything of note in the history of his time in ROH.
That's a true point.
And so why not put him back with a guy that he put over huge on his farewell?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. And, his greatest woman,
I thought it was smart pairing. I don't know, as far as matches with BJ. Well, BJ's a good competitor, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on.
I'm interested. And, hey, I'm enjoy a heel stable as much as the next guy.
Right. And heel Roderick Strong.
Oh.
You want to see an ass kicking, you're bound to.
Yeah. Roddy's great at being an asshole.
Oh, right. It comes naturally.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and then we had the main event, which was for the ROH World Title between Adam Cole, Michael Elgin, and Jay Briscoe. And a lot of hype going into this match, and this match really did deliver big, I felt.
I agree. I thought this was a very good match, and it's hard to say that because triple threats, they're usually fun, but they don't reach that next level.
The thing with three-way is always, it seems to be, they had the revolving door thing where, one guy's out. Yeah. This match did a really good job of keeping everyone really in the match and keeping everyone together, you know what I mean?
It was nice to see a lot of three-man spots.
Some awesome three-man, some of the best three-man spots ever. Like this one especially, which blew my mind, was Adam Cole going for the Panama Sunrise, gets flipped out of it by Jay Briscoe, caught by Michael Elgin in a powerbomb position, and then buckle bombed into Jay Briscoe. That blew my fucking mind. Because the risk of messing that up is so goddamn high.
Right. It's amazing that they didn't screw that up.
Yeah, this was incredible. Like, these guys really worked hard. They busted their ass. They went a little too long, but the reason for that was because after the match, they had to wait for the guy to show up, which we'll talk about in a second. But I didn't think that bothered me. Like, this match was really good. The crowd was a little bit out of it at times, but they really popped big for the big spots, and they got into it big time.
Definitely. And the thing is, it might have gone a little bit long, but I've seen matches where you can tell, you can watch and be like, they're stalling. They're either waiting for something or there's something off. But this was one of those matches where it didn't feel like that. It felt like it was a long match. Like it was almost like, here's 40 minutes, fill it. Yeah. And I thought they did a very good job of that.
I think so too. Yeah. There are other, and there's also times where like why are they making this match so long? Yeah. Like this match didn't feel like they needed they purposely dragged it out.
Right. And
also, like, Matt Hardy interfering and Mark Briscoe was a nice touch, and Michael Elgin powerbombing Adam Cole into all of them. Like, just crazy spots, man. That was Michael Elgin still looks like a beast in this match. I understand a lot of people are disappointed that he's still not the ROH champion, but he still looks like a monster. So
yeah, I think that it's a different scenario here because ROH has so much talent right now at the top.
It's almost like back in the old days, like where they have so much talent they can't afford to put the belt on this guy right away.
Exactly. And at this point, with where ROH is, I don't think that putting a belt on a guy like Elgin, who on the mic really isn't useful.
His best strength is match quality.
Exactly. So I think that he's a guy that you give a couple months of Adam Cole, and you get him ready.
Yeah, to be the next guy.
I don't think it'll be too late.
I really don't. By the end of 2014, I see him as ROH champion.
Yeah, and I'd see it even before that. Maybe this summer.
Well, I mean, like, but in this year he will be. Right?
Yes.
Anyway, I give this match 4 stars. I loved it. I think this might be like the second best 3-way match I've saw this year. The first one obviously being the one from Wrestle Kingdom with Low-Key, Devitt, and Ibushi.
Yeah, I gave it 4 stars also, and I thought this was one of my favorite matches from ROH this year.
I think so too. Like this was like really high up there for me. And then after the match, Adam Cole and Matt Hardy are celebrating because like Matt Hardy's with Adam Cole now, which I thought was a nice little thing. Like it's a good way to keep Matt Hardy in there and put him with a guy who can actually work and make Hardy interesting. And a familiar music hit, and out came Chris Hero through the crowd wielding the golden glove that Misawa gave him. Or no,
Elbow.
the elbow pad. Jesus, fuck that one up. And laying out Matt Hardy and Adam Cole, saying he's back, and I'm super excited to see Chris Hero back in ROH.
Oh yeah, this kicked the show up another notch. I love that. And it makes me so excited for this upcoming year.
Exactly.
With ROH.
And obviously right now, I was so mad at everyone saying, ROH ain't going to bring in Hero. They're not going to bring in Hero. They're not doing that. It's like, it's Chris Hero. This is the guy who made his name in ROH. He's going to come back. It's like, they're just not going to announce it. They're going to make it a big deal when he comes back. They're going to make it a surprise. Prove you wrong, assholes. Fuck you. I'm right. Suck my dick. I had to get that out there.
I guess so. Feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, it's like everyone was saying, like, they're not going to bring him back. They're not going to bring him back. I knew they were going to bring him back. I knew it.
Well, there you go. Alex was right, so there.
Alex 1, Internet 0. All right, what'd you give this show overall?
This show, I was going to give it a 7.5 because it was pretty solid, fun. The Hero stuff kicked it up for me. Yeah. 7.75.
Same here, 7.75. Almost an 8. I think if they actually had a good tag team match, it might have been better, but oh well. But yeah, very good show. Actually, I would recommend going to see this, and especially that 4-way match. 4-way match was awesome. Or 3-way match. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking up tonight.
You are.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Take care, and bye.